Hello there, and welcome to another Total War Warhammer online battle. So today I really wanted to play some vampire counts, so let's get right into what I brought. So over here on the left wing I have two units of Fellbats. I've got a nice long front line here of just skeleton warriors. Do have graveguards on the wings and some unit of great weapons and the sternsmen behind. Here I have a little white king on a horse. And for my lord, I brought the Red Duke. I only brought two spells on him, the Invocation of Nehek, as well as some Raise Dead. So I was trying to keep his spell selection pretty cheap so I could bring more infantry. Over here on the right, I brought a unit of Vargheists, as well as some Blood Knights, to get around behind my opponent and wreak some havoc. Now over here, for my opponent, he is the Vampire Coast in the blue trunks. Let's see what he brought. He does have the Queen Bess here in back, as well as some unit of deck gunners, and the, who are these guys? The Shade Wraith deck gunners. Okay, so the Special Regiment of Renown there. And then he also has a bunch of deckhands, pole arms, as well as swords. And let's see, let's zoom in down here. Oh yeah, the Luther Harkin on foot, as well as two vampire fleet captains. Oh, a gunnery wight and a vampire fleet captain. Excellent. All right, so let's jump right into it. So initially here, I couldn't see my opponent over the middle of this hill, so I didn't know exactly what was going on. I just tried to get everybody moving forward, see if there were any shenanigans going on, and immediately find out he has Queen Bess. So I've got to figure something out here to get back there and shut that thing down before it puts too many holes in my skeletons in back there. So I'm going to try to bring in the Fellbats as well as the Vargheists over here to pin it down and try to knock it out quick. Thing is, he does have a lot of stuff defending it back here, and he turns all of his deck gunners to basically shoot down my Fellbats and my Vargheists. You'll see that shortly. I want to try to get all of my infantry and my necromancer back here into melee as fast as possible, because that's gonna be really advantageous. Yeah, he starts taking some pot shots at the Red Duke as well. I was bringing him in. He takes some big damage, but I heal it up with the Invocation of Nehek here. Try to keep the Red Duke topped off as much as possible. So right now we're just positioning quite a bit. See, he's repositioning all of his stuff. He wants to take down the Vargheist more than the Fellbats. That's a much stronger target for him. So I see that he does do the reposition, so I immediately bring in my Fellbats. I'm going to try to get these guys in. I'm also going to bring in the Red Duke. I figure it's going to be worth it if I can put him in there and take down the Queen Bess. Vargheists are going to nobly sacrifice their lives to allow the Fellbats to come in. He does turn around, reposition again to shoot the Fellbats, but at this point it's a little too late. I am able to land with them, tie down the Queen Bess, but I don't want to just tie it down at this point. I want to kill it off completely. So I'm bringing in the Vargheist, I'm bringing in the Red Duke, we're bringing in everybody, and he collapses in with his deckhand's pole arms here. So we're going to take massive damage, but we're going to be able to pull it off. I summoned some Raise Dead here to tie down all of these guys, keep them from getting to me, as well as keep them from shooting. I think that really saved my butt here. So this melee here, the Queen Bess is dying, thank goodness. But these Fellbats, they're just getting crushed by the deckhands and everything. The Red Duke isn't strong enough to save them. I also bring in my Blood Knights here to smash into these unguarded deck gunners here. Just the tremendous damage on the charge is absolutely awesome. And these zombies here are doing a good job of keeping these guys from firing. Now the front line has met, and I did have a nice spaghetti line here, so you'll see what happens to that. I get punished pretty hard here, bringing in the Necromancer and the White King here on the flanks. I do wrap around with these Graveguard. I want to get them straight into the back here, and this unit of Graveguard straight into the back here, so that way I can keep shutting down these deck gunners from firing. I pull out the Red Duke after the Queen Bess has been destroyed, leaving just this unit of Fellbats here. And I also, looks like I also lost my Vargheist back here as well, every single one of them. So I'm bringing in the Red Duke, landing on these deck gunners. Did I pop the LC? Oh no, I used another raised zombie here right as I landed to give some breathing room to the Red Duke, because getting surrounded by all these heroes wouldn't be very nice for the Red Duke. Yeah, soon we're gonna see the the Vangheist's Revenge here, and it's going to do a number on my infantry. Yep, here it comes. Let's watch this. This is going to be good. Oh, yeah. This is going to put a hurting on my skeletons. Yeah. See how much damage that did to all of them? Holy cow. So I immediately drop an overcasted Invocation of Nehek to try to repair some of them, bring them back to life, because that was a wallop. Meanwhile, here we have an enormous mosh pit going on. He's trying to snipe the Red Duke with all of his guys, and you'll see the Red Duke throughout this mosh pit is just starting to take tremendous damage. What I'm trying to do is pull my Blood Knights in, bring them back, try to get as many charges into this as possible. And I have some skeletons standing here because I'm a little hesitant now to ball up whenever he's got probably another Vangheist Revenge coming. So I'm going to try not to commit all of my stuff to one single fight. Just try to pick off the rest of his infantry, isolate his single units into this mosh pit, and just see if I can avoid another really terrible Vangheist Revenge. I don't know if that was overcasted or not, to be honest with you. So if we zoom in here, yep, see he's really going hard on the Red Duke. He's got the Hornswaggle going. Yep, there's the next Vangheist Revenge. It does good damage, but it didn't do nearly as much damage as the previous one. At this point, he's just about all out of infantry. His deckhands are all crumbling. The Red Duke, I'm going to try to pull him out and just start cycle charging with him a little bit. And try to start hunting his the Luther Harkin as well as the Gunnery White and Vampire Fleet Captain with my single entities. I also am trying to keep my Necromancer here engaged in melee combat so that he can keep regenning everything around him and providing that leadership bonus. So we've got another spell going down here. Oh, he was enhancing his accuracy in that. So here I see a juicy target with the Red Duke. I'm going to just cycle charge this thing, drop in, come back out, and try to just destroy this fleet captain. Because I don't know if he has yet another Vangheist Revenge. I can't remember if it had how many Winds of Magic it actually costs. So it's taking good damage. Pull it back out with the Red Duke. Going to bring him back in. I'm leaving all this infantry out here just in case there's another Vangheist Revenge. And I'm hoping these Blood Knights can take down these guys relatively quick with the help of the White King and the Necromancer, just some skelly boys in here. Yep, and we do get, on the last cycle charge here, we do get this Vampire Fleet Captain to start crumbling, which is good. So I'm going to pull out one last time. The Red Duke is taking tremendous damage, though, so I'm going to have him nobly charge back in, sacrifice his life to take down this Vampire Fleet Captain. He'll pretty much die as soon as he gets into combat here. I believe he kills the Fleet Captain, and then he gets dunked on by the Gunnery White. So we'll watch that happen. He kills him there, and then Gunnery White comes in and just slams the Red Duke. Yep. But I still have a good leadership core here. I still have my White King, and I still have my Necromancer in the middle of the fight here. And at this point, they're completely surrounded by skeletons and Blood Knights, and there's pretty much no hope for my opponent's heroes now. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna pull out one final time with the Blood Knights, bring them back in for a charge, and that pretty much spells doom for my opponent. His Gunnery White is gonna crumble, and then Luther Harkin will be the last person to fall. So here we go, we're gonna come in, their leadership's gonna take a hurting. Luther Harkin and the Gunnery White are just gonna crumble and go down. And that's gonna be the end of the fight there. Here's Luther Harkin, bravely standing here. Just getting poked on all sides. There he goes. Yeah, and that was the whole battle there. Let's see how everybody did. So my front line here got some pretty good kills. This unit of Grave Guard did some massacring. They must have been just fighting these deckhands all day long. Yeah, these guys got absolutely rocked by those Vangheist Revenges, though. I think the Red Duke did a great job. We used him to shut down Queen Bess and get some cycle charges on the Gunnery White. Look at this. Absolutely disgusting. 350 kills on those Vangheist Revenge. That's terrifying. Yeah, my Bats and my Vargeist, I think they definitely did their job here. They shut down that Queen Bess, and they also tied down a few of their other ranged units. Blood Knights did a fantastic job. They actually ranked up 3 times in the middle of that fight. That's some killing they did right there. It's probably from killing all these deck gunners that they did. Absolutely impressive. The Graveguard Great Weapons did a good job too. In hindsight, I probably didn't need these guys. They didn't have anything heavily armored. I probably could have just went with another unit of Graveguard here and maybe gave some more chevrons to all my other units. Necromancer, I mean, 20 kills, that's really useful, but I'm sure all the healing he did while he was in melee combat was really the star of the show on his part. And then our White King, he got a handy 25 kills, nothing too bad. And I like seeing all these low numbers on their ranged units. This means that I did my job correctly. I got back in there, I shut them all down. If only I had been more wary of that Vangheist Revenge. Oh, nice. 69. Excellent. Well, thanks for tuning in for my latest Total War Warhammer online battle, and I will catch you guys next time. See you then.